Shoulder, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Magiclysm. We are here with Luna Crowley. In the last, we took on wraiths, we took on shadows, we took on a flesh angel in the basement of a cabin, and we have yet another cabin close by for us to explore. Now, you might look at the time code of today's episode and be a bit concerned that it is shorter. I am planning on doing shorter episodes of Luna, but more frequently. I'm going to be trying to see if I can do these every second day, along with 76, so we'll see if that's possible. So there are going to be moments throughout this that I will be chopping things up a little bit. The pace will be a little bit quicker than our regular Cataclysm episodes. So travel, sleeping, time spent crafting, all the rest, we're going to be shortening those processes down a wee bit. But it's time to get started and use that time as best we can. It is late at night. It's 10:30. We have our ever-burning torch lit. And we are on our bicycle. Well, we're on it now. There we go. And we're going to get this thing riding, and we are going to be heading up towards this other cabin, just up here in the northeast. What awaits us there? Who knows? But at the very least, it might be a comfortable place to sleep. And so, let's get a move on. The interesting thing here is we are traveling very much into the unknown. We luckily haven't encountered much in the way of forests, but there is certainly one here. The cabin is behind this lot of trees, so we are going to be jumping off the bicycle, leaving it here, and you know what? I think for now, might be worth us having our wand out instead of the cavalry saber. So let's reach into our pack and grab that on out. There we go, the greater wand of fireball. We're going to store our cavalry saber for now, and we are going to try and just drop a few other bits and pieces off in here. We have quite a few books, I think, on our person that we don't need to have right this second, the patient records included. We'll drop that, then gravestone. You know what, that can stay with us for now. And so, let's head into the woods towards this cabin, not knowing exactly what to expect, but the cabins have been interesting so far, and we're actually still a little tipsy from consuming some alcohol earlier on. We wait for a second or two. Everything seems okay. This cabin is not boarded up like the last. Let's just move around a little bit further. Peek through these windows. We seem to be all right, so let's crack this door open. Okay, what do we have in here? Looking around the space, nothing much in the way of books. There's some Magic the Gathering cards, but that's about it. We've got some booze in the fridge, maybe, some Belgian ale, and some more hard cheese. We've had a lot of cheese recently. We have a lot of cheese back in that cart there. But you know what? It's in here right now. It's not frozen. We might as well eat it. Or we could have pudding. Yes, let's go for the pudding. A much better decision. And I can't bring myself to eat cheese after eating a thing of pudding, so we'll leave that as is for now. Checking out the cupboard in here, nothing, okay. Further still, nothing there. And in the bedroom, what do we have? Drink the Harvest, which we already have that book, so we could stay the night in this cabin. We don't see any hidden basements or anything like that. I don't think there is any. At the moment, it's 10:30 though, so it's not too bad if we could get to sleep. And you know what? I think we're going to try. If we can sleep, great. If it seems like we're going to be up for a wee while, we won't do it. But this is a nice, safe room, secure. We're just going to lay down and try as best we can to go to sleep, keeping our ears out to the woods that surround us. And we've fallen asleep immediately. So we are going to, I was going to say quite easily sleep through the night. But instead, that was just more of a short nap. We wake up at 3:17. I don't know if a sound awoke us. It didn't notify us of that. Interesting. But we are very hungry, so let's go and turn on that light of ours, eh? The torch is illuminating all around us. Let's go and have the cheese that was in the fridge. Oh, did you freeze? I bet it frozen, right? Yeah, it did. It froze. Well, that's unfortunate. And I think everything else that's in our bicycle is going to be frozen. We could try to see if we can fall asleep again. You know what? I think it's worth it, and we will be setting an alarm this time, just so that we don't oversleep. We'll say wake up in 5 hours if possible. Let's give it 6, and we'll try to fall asleep here. Ooh, we hear shuffling. We are going to stop trying to fall asleep. The front door is left open, so there's that. And it is 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's time for us to get going. We weren't really sleeping, but we were resting, so that's still nice for us. The shuffling we heard outside, but we don't see anything right now. Oh boy. But there is certainly something there. A thorny moose shambler. Wonderful. Let's have a look at this horrific creature. What was once a great moose is now covered with long, matted hair, twisted with thorny vines that wrap together, then twist back into the body. Interlocking. These thorns wrap around the antlers, dripping with a mysterious silvery liquid. Terrible, but this thing is injured. It's been fighting something. It is, however, aggressive towards us, so we will take aggressive action. And I think a point flare in its direction will kind of show us that we aren't to be taken lightly. Stop casting, ignore. Okay, ooh, it actually did manage to launch something out towards us. A dart. It hits us in the right arm and we start to bleed. Poison enters our body. Not fun, but with a flick of our wand, we do manage to, do 69 points of damage to the thorny shambler. It is not on fire, but I think we might be able to very quickly get a magic missile off in its direction. It's something, but still not enough. So one more. Okay, one more. It's still up. Okay. You know what? We could grab out the saber, but it's going to take a second or two. Magic missile is just as fast to cast, but this thing has a lot more health than I thought. Oh boy. One more. And there we go. Okay, we got lucky there. Right, so let's go put this wand away, putting it back into our belt. We'll see if we can stop the bleeding. We can. Thankfully, it didn't do too much damage to us, but still, we are poisoned. And I think we're slowed by that poison. Oh, it's a paralyzing poison. Wonderful. Wonderful. It's dropped our speed by 5. Okay. All right. We'll keep that in mind. And we'll go ahead and smash its corpse. We hear a rustling. Stop smashing. We'll ignore it. But there is definitely something else around the corner. We move around. We can see our little poisoned icon here. Okay. What is making that shuffling sound? There are a lot of mounds of dirt around here. There could be something burrowing. We think about randomly lighting a fire, but we decide against it. Good thing, because we kind of are surrounded by trees right now. It might not be the best time. Did that mound of dirt move? I feel like that just appeared, right? I'm going to go and grab our saber out, because I feel like that's gonna be necessary. Let's have that in our hand. Oh yeah, there is definitely something moving underneath the ground here, next to this thing. Is it gonna pop on out? Can we? Oh, there it is. It's a large worm. I think we should be able to handle a worm well enough, and we do. We very quickly take that thing down. Okay, well, 2 creatures trying to kill us this morning. That's something. Because it is morning, we can jump up on top of this roof and get a little bit better sight at the area. We're going to go put the saber away just so we have 2 hands to grasp onto it. Let's go and climb up to the north. Okay, that's a grim sign. Bullets on the roof, blood, and a rag as well. Filthy. Someone tried to survive up here, but seemingly didn't make it. There's no remains, so they could have reanimated. And oh boy. Did we see that before? No, it's an irradiation plant. Okay, I see. And over here, we have stadium parking and a nice big radio tower. The radio tower would make us be able to see everything in the surrounding area, which is very, very tempting for us because we're kind of more often than not looking for standalone structures like this, for example, a cabin off in the woods. We do have a whole ass farm down here too. Over here, we have a private airport. Okay, I feel like I've had a look at that private airport. Maybe. Or maybe I'm mistaking that for another airport. Nope, I'm confused. But regardless, that is over there. Oh, and we've got a camp out here in the woods. I can't imagine the camps would have anything too wild. That cabin, that's interesting. That is all by itself. Okay, difficult to get to with our bicycle, but what we might be able to do is pull our bike just through the smaller section here and try and get up onto this side. I feel like that's going to be a better move for us. We'll probably continue traveling north for a wee while, just to see what other structures we can find. We haven't found any form of civilization yet, Luna, and the only real word that she's heard of civilization is all the way up here. I'm going to keep on scrolling. There, ages away, we have, well, a refuge center, apparently up here. So that could be a good long-term goal for Luna, to try and reach there, to try and find safety. So I think that's going to be our goal for Luna, to try and make it towards that place, but it's going to take us a while to be able to do that, and we want to be prepared before we do attempt that kind of journey. Regardless, I think we've got to push on, so we're going to head back down towards our bike, hopefully be able to eat something there, and then we'll ride on. Yep, no, this is all frozen. That is unfortunate, and I believe these are just stuck on the ground. We can't take them, but we can continue onwards. We could drink some whiskey. We've got everlasting whiskey. It's not going to really quench our thirst, though, so maybe not what we want to do right this second. Yeah, we'll push on, we'll try and find food elsewhere. Well, there is a great big apple orchard here, and it is spring, so we might get lucky, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be summer as to when we can harvest. And plus, there's an owlbear there, so yeah, you know what? We're just going to avoid that. Ram into a bush and attempt to just navigate our way through these woods. And yeah, we're going to be able to do it, but the easiest way for us to do that is by jumping off the bike and just grabbing a hold of it. There was a zombie down there that might still be on our trail, but for now, we can just move our way through here. Okay, it is colliding a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Got through without too much trouble, and I think that's us pretty much clear of it. It looks like this is a little bit more further ahead, so for now, we're just going to keep on pulling this thing past the crows and further on. Okay, well, we have a Yule Cat heading in our direction. Hostile and poisoned. Okay, this is a magical beast from Icelandic folklore, known for their cat-like appearance and their hobby of eating workshop elves. Okay, well, we don't want to get eaten. This thing is... I think it's nearly close enough for a point flare. We'll just wait a second or two longer, and there we go. I think we're good. I'm going to make sure that we've released the bicycle, and let's see if we can fire this off in its direction. Bam! A point flare hits, 59 points of damage. It is on fire, but it's going to need a little bit more as of yet. So, point flare, once again, dangerously close. That's good. It's not enough to scare it off. It's poisoned and it's bleeding now. I think maybe one more. We could just try Magic Missile here because the speed of it is so quick. 100 moves versus 3 seconds. 3 seconds is a lot longer than 100 moves. Magic Missile is like near instantaneous. However, this thing is on top of us now. It is close to dying though. So let's see, we might actually be able to outpace it. We could jump on the bike, but I feel like that's a risk in itself. So let's start to run. Okay, we can get a little bit away from it. Magic Missile. Okay, just. Yet again, we start to run back further and further. Magic Missile, okay, we have been grabbed now though, but this thing is in bad condition. We might even just be able to punch it to death, really. Okay, maybe not a great plan. Maybe we'll try this again. We were attacked, stop casting, no. Okay, looks like it was able to get a few attacks in here. Something hurts. Yeah, many attacks. Jeez, okay. Wow. I don't know if that was just one attack or not. It just tore into our torso. This thing is a lot more dangerous than I thought it would be. It is nearly dead, however. We are not doing too great though. Our torso got, well, thankfully it's not bleeding, but it is heavily bruised. We might even crack some ribs there. So we need to be very careful with the next move we choose. The amount of moves necessary to try and pull our saber out of the rucksack, it's going to be too long, or out of our belt. We can try and run back again, although I believe we are, well, we're free of it. That's something. Another hit. Okay, bad pain, bad pain, but we have a little bit of distance here. I just want one more square, but I don't think we're going to get it. We're going to try and go with this. Stop casting. No. Come on, Luna. This thing is attacking way too fast. 100 moves is not much. We should be able to get this off damn fast, but we aren't. For some reason, we are not casting in time. Okay. It looks like it was just enough. And there we go. Right. Into trying to stop ourselves from dying here. Now, that last series of attacks was a lot worse. This thing may have been poisoned, it may have been bleeding, but it knew what it was doing. And we, right this second, okay, we've got a lot of medical gauze, that's good. Okay, we need to apply that to our torso immediately. We're going to stop the bleeding there, that's good. Next up, we're going to go to the rest of our wounds, and we're going to make sure that we are actually alone here. Right, everything has stopped bleeding, that's great. We need to make sure that we stomp on this corpse immediately. Make sure that it isn't going to come back to life. We have some dashhounds close and a huge jumping spider, but they aren't close enough to cause us trouble. We're going to go ahead and knock back a codeine, or you know what, let's do a tramadol here to help with that pain. We're not feeling hungry right now, I'm not surprised. The adrenaline running through our body is, it's a lot. Our torso is in a bad condition. We're going to go use some antiseptic powder on that as well to help with the healing process. Oh boy. Yeah, that was way too close, Luna. So we're going to have to be really cautious here. I think the right move there might have been just taking the risk and jumping back on the bicycle, but you never know sometimes. Yeah, well, we're going to continue on for now, in distressing pain, but that pain will eventually subside. Let's get in line with this cabin. Right, okay, I think this is probably going to be a good spot for us to drop. Well, after we ram into the boulder there. We do have webs over towards our west, so we're going to have to be wary of that. And in general, we're going to have to be very cautious going into this. I'm actually going to want to have the saber at the ready, because we can drop that easy enough if we want to try and cast a spell, but if something jumps us, the saber can do a lot of damage, and it has saved our life more than once before. Caution would determine, or rather dictate, that we should not do this, but I think if we play it right, I think if we play it with caution, we should be okay. Do we have any charges? We do. We have charges in our escape boots, so if we need to get out, we can. We've got quite a bit of mana still, so we're looking good in that regard. And actually, with that in mind, once we start to get closer to this cabin, I think we're probably going to cast Frost Armor just to be ready, because we do not know what's out there. I mean, if we see anything else along the way that could be potentially a threat to us, I'm going to do it anyway. We can see it on the minimap now. Let's get closer. Okay, we are close enough now. I'm going to go ahead and cast Frost Armor. 550 mana, 2 seconds to cast, but it's going to last for 6 minutes and 40 seconds just as soon as I drop the Cavalry Saber. Alright, let's give that a go again. Frost Armor, bam. There we go. I'm going to grab the Saber back, make sure that we're actually wielding it. Let's continue our way down. Okay, there it is. And, well, it's not boarded up. We can see into it. We're not seeing people, but we are seeing food. That's a good sign. Okay, well, we need to eat, even though if we don't, really feel like it right this second. What do we actually have? Dried rice, dried lentils. Oh boy, wonderful. Well, yeah, there's actually corn and pineapple there, but they're both frozen. We don't have the heat cube with us. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to have brought that with us, but it was semi-cumbersome, so we decided against it. Or rather, I did. Ah, boy. Well, there's certainly more food here. We might actually have something in the fridge. Nope, all frozen. Absolutely frozen solid. In spring, mind you. Yeah. Well, the temperatures certainly did drop with the Cataclysm, it seems. Unfortunate. Let's see what else we have in this space. Let's just keep that front door there shut. Anything worthwhile? Okay. Fair amount of clothing, but nothing that we want. Same deal here. Yep, looks like it. Okay, moving on. And it's just a bathroom. Okay, well, this cabin was a little bit of a bust for us, unfortunately. We could spend a little bit of time here. There's a stick and a wood store in there. The stick we can go ahead and light on fire. We might have enough heat then if we can use, well, I was hoping that there'd be something. Oh, there is a frying pan. Okay, let's just go ahead and move the wood saw out of there just for now so that doesn't ignite. But we are going to go and start a fire using our ever-burning torch just over here. We light the torch, okay. Start a fire quickly just down here, all right? That is going to be staying in that spot. Now, I want to activate the fry pan that's over here to heat up something. We don't want to heat up the whiskey, we want to heat up something else. So we'll grab that, and I think we'll grab them as well. Let's just shift them onto our square, carry them on over, and we should be able to just activate the pan. There we go. Let's heat up the canned corn, we'll heat up the canned pineapple, just so that we have ourselves a little bit of a meal here. We're getting some quench from that as well. Okay, should be feeling at least a little bit better after that. We'll do some more heating here. Now, unfortunately, most of everything else in here is rotten. We'll heat up the hard cheese, slightly melty, knock that back, and then I think we'll try and grab the dark cola that's over here and heat that on up. Yup, hot Coke, delicious. There we go. And it's just one as well, so it's not really too much. Quenching. In the fridge, just some plastic bottles. The cranberry juice is all rotten. No good, no good. Well, we did manage to happily light a fire, so that helps a little bit. We need to push on though. We need to find our next point. And honestly, I think getting to that radio tower isn't a bad idea. Let's get a move on. Back to the bike in one piece. Let's move, Luna. Oh boy, okay. Ooh, right. Let's just take a second here. Robots. We've seen a location like this before with Luna. It looks like it's pretty well destroyed. Everything that's here, there's a scrap antenna, and there is this quadruped. It is ignoring us right now, but that isn't to say that that might change. It does say it would be prudent to keep our distance. It's not in a rush to target us. Let's hope that it stays that way. Yeah, we have no... no, we don't want to fight you. We're just going to stay moving. Oh, and we're deafened right now. Absolutely deafened by this rifle that's been firing. It just annihilated that tough zombie next to us. So, probably a good thing that we didn't get too close. Well, that's nightmare fuel. Okay. It's good to know that we can have these horrible creatures. A owlbear. It's an owlbear that's zombified. It does look weaker than its living counterpart, though. Okay, well, I guess that's, that's something. I thought it'd be a lot worse. Right now, we are getting closer to the radio tower here, and there is, a pretty decent number of dead nearby. So we're going to have to deal with them before we try and push in over here. We've got... we've got a gasoline zombie. Now, I would like to try and gather folks up here. Of course. We've got a shocker in the distance there. Okay, well, that is a little bit more of a problem for us. Generally, for us to be in range, we are going to be in range of, well, getting hit by it, and we do not want that. So we're going to go and start to accelerate away on our bicycle. Yes, sirree. And I'm going to try and see if we can just herd up this group here. We've got quite a few. We should be able to put this back away and take out our wonderful wand. We've still got 6 charges left in this thing. So I'm just going to ride around here, see if I can't gather these folks up. We need to be very, very careful with this one that's following us, the gargoyle, because it can fly, and it's flying pretty damn quickly, as you might be able to see. Let's not get too close to that shocker. Oh boy, this is a lot, Luna. Maybe too much. Yeah. Well, it's morning. It's going to be a long time until night. So I think we just need to continue on for now. And I think we will deal with this gargoyle just by itself. So let's see if we can chuck a point flare off towards it. We can't, unfortunately. So we'll lose that time there. We'll just start to slow down a little bit. That should be close enough now. Oh, just outside. Okay. Stop casting the spell. And that should be it. Okay, we're in a good mood at least. So we got that going for us. So let's go ahead and fire that. Bam. And the beast is dead. Okay. Back around we go. Let's gather them up. Okay, well, as you might be able to see, there is a lot of them here, and I'm kind of just dawdling for now, trying to lure them in, being mindful that some of them do have ranged attacks. We're going to start shepherding, Luna. Just like this. There goes the spit. We're going to loop around here, cautiously. And now I feel like that's the perfect time for a fireball, don't you? Yeah, let's go ahead and cast. Now we need our sight to work with us here. It's a little off center, unfortunately. And I don't think it's going to pop back anytime soon, so we're just going to have to go ahead and cast from this position. And you know what? We can get pretty much, well, at the very least, a decent amount of them in that one. The rest that are still on fire are taking damage, which is great. That shocker is a little bit more separate than the rest of them. Let's be mindful of the grappler. Just right around the boulders for now. And I know this is all very, very small, but unfortunately this is the best way for me to actually be able to position at this stage. Let's bring them back through the acid, Luna. Well, at least some of them. There we go. That's a wonderful line, if I've ever seen one. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have any more Cone of Cold without using mana, so we are just going to be using the charges left in this thing here. Bam! Good damage across the board. There's a decent amount of them taken out. Let's just zoom in here so we can see a little bit better what's going on. Okay, fantastic grouping. Another shot. Ignore, and let's see, who do we want to get in this group? All the ones in the front, and that takes out most of them. Okay, we'll just spin back around again. They're nice and grouped, and I would love to get that shocker if possible. Let's see, I think you're within range. Even if we have to hit you just by yourself, I feel like it's going to be worth it. Okay, we can get you and that one there. Okay, just. It was enough to do some damage to it, but not the full amount, unfortunately. So let's bring you back around. Do not get shocked. Do not get shocked. Here we go. Alright, feral humans. Now, they are a problem because, believe it or not, they can kill us with just rocks, and our torso isn't in a good position right now, so we're not going to take any chances. We're going to blow them to smithereens. Try to. They're actually still alive. One of them just burnt to death. The other two are still up. We are whittling them down, Luna, but just not quite enough yet. Okay, that's a good grouping. We've got one more good fireball here. We're going to go ahead, place it nice and central there. Bam, that's the shocker down. There's even a map there. If we can get that, I'll be super happy. So let's start to get a little bit closer here. I think we should be able to take care of the rest of this group just by slashing away at them. I don't want to take any chances with the one that's just to the north of us, so we're going to go ahead and point flare you if we can. Let's see. Point flare, and bam, on the Devourer. We'll just go ahead and slow down. Oh, that's a complete stop, and it is just straight up dead. Wonderful. Okay, looking at the rest of the group over here, you're fine. You're also fine. And these feral humans are doing a-okay. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Oh, there we go. That's what I was talking about. Torso shot. These bastards. Okay, well, we definitely don't want that to happen again. So, we have a few options. Let's see how tanky you are. We could just throw a magic missile. Alright, not quite enough to kill you, but I think another one would be. There we go. Feral human down. How are these two doing? The fireball did damage them. Okay, 2 magic missiles will sort that situation out. The first, you're dead, and on to the second. Let's see. There we go. Another taken care of. Okay. So, Magic Missile will work quite well against the skeletal zombies as well, as it cuts straight through that armor. So let's look at firing in their direction. We want to take care of the feral human first of all, if we can. So we're going to start doing damage to you, just as we ride on by. Maybe one more. There we go. That's enough to do it. Okay. We're going to zip past this listener. And these two that are here, we could Magic Missile them, or we could try for something a little bit more grouped, like a Burning Hands, for example. Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity to try it out. It's only 48 heat, but it'll hit both of them at the same time. Unfortunately, our area of effect isn't that great just yet. However, we do have Frost Spray. And I think that that's not good either. Ah, dear. Yeah, honestly, I think just trying a point flare is probably the right call. Oh, and you're just outside of our range as well. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and just start to slow down. Let them get a little bit closer at this point. A little bit closer. There you go, Luna. We can afford to give them a little bit of ground. Boom, there we go. And the good thing about heat, it passes through that bone just fine. And it is actually on fire now as well. Let's just draw you back through those flames, because I feel like that's not going to be very good for your health either. And let's go ahead and fire again. Dangerously close. We're okay. Right, let's get rid of the brute first. And as for you, we're just going to go ahead and Magic Missile you. There we go, Luna. There we go. There's just a listener left. And, oh, okay. We do have a zombie dog making its way on over. We've got two in actual fact. But I think, yeah, we can take those down just using our Magic Missiles. Let's go towards you. Okay, so we've got a lot of dead here. We probably don't want to go ahead and smash them all. That's going to take up too much time. We're just going to go and grab the restaurant guide. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. But even so, it's going to reveal roads to us as well. How bad do we think the situation is around the radio tower? We don't have a clean way through, which I'm not a fan of. The thing is, we can have speed as Luna though. Yeah, we can. Glide on ice, and we have a fair amount of mana left, so I'm feeling confident enough that we could maybe give that a go. So, oh great, there's a bloody shocker. Alright, we're going to turn this way here towards yet another horde, and ideally we'll just slip between one of these buildings. We'll get up right next to where this radio tower is, and then, you know, we'll just be good. That gasoline zombie is an option for us as well. We could just take that out. Options, Luna, options. Well, that alleyway is, that's a no-go. It is filled with the dead. So let's see if we can shoot for another direction. You know what? I think if we just go straight through here. Oh, we got grabbed, but we managed to get 3. Okay, that's something that we definitely need to be wary of. And oh boy, now we got a friend on the back here. Okay, we'll go ahead, launch some magic missiles at you. We can do that pretty quick on this bike. Attacked, ignore. Okay, man, you are being troublesome. Usually 3 is more than enough. We need to get one more off and then zip around the corner as fast as possible. There we go. Okay, now we zip. Okay, we lost sight then. We've just been vomited on, which is a bad situation to be in, Luna, as I do not know what's around us right now, and I believe we don't have any saline solution to wash our eyes out. No, we don't. We have sedatives, and that's not going to help us either. I believe from here, yeah, we are going to be trying to hang a right, but this is dangerous riding. Okay, now we can see exactly what's going on, and there's a lot going on here. So what we want to try and do is get over in this direction and just get up on top of that tower. So we're going to have to go through the smoke here. We might be able to avoid it, just popping around it. Speaking of popping, we've got, well, that now, a flesh raptor coming for us. So, with our bike, we are going to try and slow around here, if possible. Alright, bike, you've done a fantastic job. Thank you. We need to get up there. We need to break line of sight as fast as possible. And, well, would you look at that? We've already got a friend right on top of us here. So, this is an instance in which, you know what? I think in the past, Magic Missile has done exactly what we need it to do. Against this thing, it's not enough this time though, but it is fleeing. So we need to be very, very quick here as we have a zombie hunter who can jump. So we are going to start to run. We're going to run towards this fence. We do need to stop this bleeding as soon as possible. Okay, we managed to get over. That's good. You're right on top of us, huh? That's a bad situation to be in, Luna. So what do we want to try and do in this instance? Honestly, trying to get our saber might be the best call right now. Any kind of casting is going to take too long. Yeah, I was counting on nothing being able to jump over the fence, but here we are. We're going to go ahead and drop this wand. We are going to attempt to wield the cavalry saber. Man, we got that out fast. And with a quick slash and another slash, we've managed to kill them. Okay, let's go ahead, grab the greater wand, and get moving. We go up a level. We're going to put the saber away because we need to stop this bleeding ASAP. We put that back in there. We climb up another level here, take a step off. Let's quickly try and use a bandage because our torso is in terrible condition. Okay, let's see. Gauze applied to the torso. Okay, it's not stopped yet. It is still bleeding heavily. We grab some more gauze. We hear smash beneath us. And there we go. We stop the bleeding. And with that, we will stop running. We'll go back to a walk and we'll continue to climb up this tower. Level after level before finally we can see the area around us. And we can see very, very far. And that's why these radio towers are so valuable to us. And they're worth the risk to a degree. In any other given scenario, with how damaged we were, we should have waited. We should have recovered, spent some time back at the cabin, recovered, and came back. This was a risk, a big risk. I was confident that we could make it. There were some variables that I didn't consider at the time, so that we will have to be more wary of in the future. But it has paid off. We have found something rather interesting out here. A forest, but it's not a regular forest. There is something different about it, something strange. But between it and us is Beckett, and Beckett is flooded with the dead. So, for us to find a path to there, it will be difficult, but not impossible. We've got a shooting range up here in Keene as well. And what I think are caravans? Yeah, it's trailer park. Okay, so there are a number of things out here, and oh, yep, no, there most certainly are. Fungal towers and all sorts. Just trying to see if there's anything else that immediately jumps out to us, but that forest, that's kind of the first thing that really calls my attention. We will, however, have to try and make it past all of those fun friends beneath us. We could potentially try and spend some time up here just waiting, but that's not going to fly either. We're going to need a way out of here. But that is going to be in the next, I know, shorter than normal, but I will see you again very soon. Not next day, but the day after. So, I hope you enjoyed our delve into Oracle Junction, our wild time with Miss Crowley. But that is us for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.